Are you a new parent to a teenager and ever wondered why teenagers get into so much trouble or why they make such stupid decisions? Then you clicked on the right video. So why are teenagers so moody? Some of you might say, well, it's because of their sex hormones or because of their lack of sleep. Well, what if I told you it's because our brains are still growing? The human brain was thought to have the most development in the years 0 to 5. But research has now been shown that the years 13 to 19 are equally important to the brain's development. During puberty, our brain cuts out the parts of the brains that we don't use and also creates myelin, which insulates brain pathways. This causes the brain to be more efficient. Myelin starts to generate at the back of the brain and slowly makes its way to the front of the brain, also known as the prefrontal cortex. This is why teens are more likely to take risks and try new things, because the part of the brain that is responsible for assessing risk is still immature. However, because the teenage brain is still developing and generating myelin, teenagers are able to learn quickly and have an easier time memorizing things. Our brains are in a delicate state when we are teenagers, as we know now. This means that if we feel left out or unwanted, we turn to ways to cope with loneliness. This paired with our want to try new things could be bad. We could pick up a new hobby or turn to alcohol and or drugs. We all know what happens when people get into drugs and alcohol, especially if they get addicted to it. You can have an overdose on drugs, which could kill you or have some bad effects on your body. When you become drunk after having too much alcohol, you can get seriously hurt or die when you're drunk, especially if you decide to drive. In Canada, an average of 4 people are killed and 175 are injured every day due to impairment-related crashes. Also, when you're sad, angry, or even happy, and you're driving way over the speed limit and taking risks on the road, you're not only putting yourself at risk of injury and death, but also the people with you and the others on the road. Teens are susceptible to suicide and self-harm. If a teen feels out of place or even depressed, they could try to hurt themselves or even kill themselves. In Canada, males were more likely to commit suicide than females in 2016, but females were more likely to self-harm themselves than males were in 2017 and 2018. When it comes to teen driving, having friends in the car is not ideal for driving. Statistics show that teens are 5 times more likely to be in a car accident when in a group than when driving alone. This means, as adults, you should know who your teen is going to be driving with. Friends are not the only factor that will determine the actions and behaviors of a teen. There is also the media. The media has a big influence on teenagers. Media is a hotspot for teens. They can find what trends are big right now and find what's popular on the internet. Depending on the trend or what's popular, this will cause a teen to get into those things so they can feel included and accepted by their friends and in school. If you're a parent and you're confused on why you might need this information, it's because it'll keep your teen safe. If you know what's going on inside your teen's head, then you can understand why they make the decisions they do. It is because their prefrontal cortex is not fully developed yet. You also know what can affect your teen's behavior and actions, like the media and their friends, as well as what activities or things that might lead to your teen's death or possible injuries, like drugs or alcohol. To be a good parent, you need to give your teen some privacy, but not so much privacy that they feel left out or excluded. You need to be there for your teen, not all the time, but when they need your help. You should also try your best to steer them in the right direction and make sure that they are with people that will not cause them trouble. To finish off this video, I have some suggestions that may help parents keep their teens safe. One thing that every parent should know is the 5 W's. This basically means when your teen is going out, you should know who is going, where they are going, when they will be back, and what they are doing. By knowing these things, you'll be able to spot trouble and create boundaries. You should also attend your teen's activities, whether it's a sport, a camp, or whatever it is. Be there. They will really appreciate it if you are there to watch them score a goal or make a hole-in-one. This will keep them from throwing a tantrum and or picking a fight if you weren't watching. One final thing that parents can do to keep their teens safe is have boundaries when driving. Teens are going to want to take off when they get their driver's license, but it's your job to keep them safe. Only allow them to have a specific number of people in the car with them at a time. Only let them go a certain distance from the house without you in the car. Those are two examples of boundaries that you could have with your teen when it comes to driving. That's all for this video. We'll see you in the next one.